Hello, everyone. Welcome to the tech capital of the world. I'm Bobby Day, CEO, founder of Foundry. And Kevin, we have some giant news today, don't we?
We're releasing a movie.
Yeah, we're making a movie. But actually, we talked about this a little bit, and the big announcement I'm going to make is that we're going to switch things up on our .NET course. We're moving to PHP. I went to a monastery over the weekend. I got converted, and now it's Django all
Went
the
out
time.
all in on PHP. That's the giant announcement for today. PHP or nothing, right?
No, we're still in
No.
.NET, and so we had a little contest. So you guys were on with Discord with us last night. So we are going to announce our course drop today. But we had a little fun with you guys, and so we just kind of wanted to go through kind of what we've been saying for a while, Kevin. So
Yeah. So just to say, like we had a choice when we decided on the date. We decided we could either just tell you guys, or we could kind of like soft tell you guys and play a game. So we decided to soft tell you guys, just so you know, us not telling you a couple weeks ago didn't change the date. Just to put that out there. Someone's gonna be like, "You could have dropped it 2 weeks earlier." No, we couldn't. we just knew the date. We just decided not to announce it until today.
Right. So some of you have guessed the date already in our Discord channel, and we're going to get to those announcements here in a little bit. But I think we should just walk through some of our Easter eggs because we did spend a great deal of time on this, Kevin. I mean, we came up with all these.
By a great deal of time, we got together one day and we're like, what could we do? And they're like, oh yeah, that one's good. Let's use that one. And oh yeah, that one's good. Let's use that one. We
did write a whole website. I mean,
well, we did make a whole website. That is true. That is true. And we'll talk about that one in a minute. So we're giving away, basically I put it on Discord yesterday and said, hey, if you guys guess it correctly with a reason behind your guess, we'll give signed copies of books away. So we're going to give away 5, and we chose those people. And we'll get to those a little bit later on, but we'll talk through the reasonings first. I think that's where we'll start, right?
And some of them, I think you're genuinely going to be surprised because some of the clues no one got. So which we're excited to show you some of our.
I'm excited
for
some
more
of them.
sneaky ones that we put out. So
yeah, definitely. So let me cut to. We'll basically put our Twitter feed, which is where we gave most of them away.
Yeah.
So first one was this one.
On June the 11th.
On June 11th, this was our very first clue. We asked if anybody was celebrating National Fried Chicken Day, which isn't June 11th. Seemed like a weird tweet, but there you go.
Yep.
So that was kind of unusual way to start this.
But look at the responses to it. I mean, I think those are telling here. So
they are. So you're planning on it. That's great. Somebody asked when it was. Tommy said July 6th, and Carl was confused, thinking it was Fried Chicken Day. We didn't even know there was. Did you even know there was a National Fried Chicken Day until we looked at this? I didn't.
When you tweeted it out, I figured out that it was National Fried Chicken Day on the day it was when day it was going to be. So
right. So then we knew, but before that, I didn't know. I didn't know at all.
Yeah.
The next one was, cut to this again, was this one that we put out.
Yeah.
Cool shirt. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And actually, the site, that was the shirt. It's like, oh, okay.
If you don't know, now you know.
Right. And it has a little emblem on it, and it was from this cool 76 apparel company.
76 apparel.
Pretty neat.
Yeah. I like it.
So that was our secondary one. Let's go back to our timeline here. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, this one. I love this one. This one is actually a clue.
Yeah,
and this is one that nobody got. If somebody can tell me in chat now why this is a clue, that'd be.
We'll give you a book if you guess that one.
I'd be impressed. Yeah. Sorry, let me flick there, because that one's this one's pretty good.
Yeah, that one's pretty hard. If you can tell us why that's a clue, put us in chat.
Just because you can make an iPad into a web server doesn't mean you should. No, I didn't put that in quotes because that's not exactly what it says. But
it's a paraphrase.
It's a paraphrase, but
from a story in the book, So like,
yeah. Okay, so that was another clue.
Another clue.
We'll tell you why here in a couple of minutes. Go back here. What else we got? So we made a video.
Yeah, we had
an
a
old
video.
school video. I can't play it because I can't play the sound through this. But you guys can go watch this video on our Twitter feed if you wanted to. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny video.
And this is actually Jason Twishell is one of the instructors in our self-paced course and one of the instructors here in the boot camp. So he did a fantastic job on this.
Yeah, but don't worry, this is not how his voice sounds. His voice
we did modify it.
It's much better in real life than it is on the video. So yeah, the cool thing about this one though was when you this is Learn to Code, and at the end of this video, it points you to right here. Look, reversestring.com at the bottom of the video, and when you go there, we built out a whole website for you to reverse a string. So that was the video clue that took you to this website. So I put in a little bit of JavaScript in here to reverse this string, the split reverse join. You could have done it a few different ways, right? But this is the easiest way to do it. And when you execute it, you get it reverses the string, but it also highlights some words.
Yeah.
Saying the answer is 1.17.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, interesting. And we'll talk about this as to why this one was a clue. And somebody actually finally guessed this one, and we're super happy. We're actually really happy that somebody got this one, because this one's
because that one's tough.
That one was tough. That one was very, very tough. And we're super happy somebody got that one.
Yeah.
We then sort of like the following day, we also then tied in this little video as well, which basically just says it's a lot of people asking, what is the question? What is the question? What is the question? What is the question? And the question basically says you need to know the question because you know the answer, right? You know the answer is 1.17, but what is the question? And that'll...
What is the question?
Point you down the path.
And then we also repped the reverse string again.
Yep. We put the reversestring.com again, so that was kind of interesting. Okay, this is the one that nobody got.
No one got this one.
Nobody got this one. This one only got one like, too. Like, people are like, what on
you know
earth
what,
are you
though,
tweeting
Kevin?
about?
I think we saved that one, the answer to this one here at the very end. And then so let's give someone 30 minutes to maybe figure out like what that's for.
Okay.
No one got this one.
Okay. Nobody even saw it. Look.
If you saw that one, I'll give you a book as well. So like, we just want to see if you can find that real quick.
If you can solve it live on the stream. So
yes, you got to do it before 1 o'clock or something like that.
//save.loafer.walnuts.
Yeah.
That is the clue. See if you can figure that out.
Okay. So what's next?
Did anybody guess the
cryptic tweets? Yeah.
Anybody guess in chat yet? Because I can't see chat at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Somebody guessed this. Look, somebody guessed the 76th paragraph in the book. I don't know if it is, but that would be great. But hey, look, you did eventually get it.
Yeah, 76th page. So Kev, definitely we'll send you a book, Kev. Just send the info to info at Coder Foundry. I'll send you a book, Kev. We'll just need where you live. Hopefully you're in the U.S. so we can send it to you.
Yeah.
If you're international, we can't send it, but hopefully you're in the U.S. So.
Yeah, I think that was the first person to get it. I'm not sure. I can't read all of chat, but we're going with it for now. Okay. So yeah, save.
So we had some other ones that were kind of more obscure. We were trying to do it. So you guys are catching a theme. Hopefully now, like kind of,
This one was one of the first ones that somebody figured out was our new theme song.
Our new
which
theme
again,
song.
I wish I could actually play, but I can't actually play it on here.
Yeah.
You won't be able to hear it. I can hear it. And it's loud.
How many views does that song have now?
Barely any. Well, I don't know, actually, now that since we've been pushing people to it. It has 99 listens now, which when this started, it had 30. So we've pushed them up to almost 100.
Too. It was like 9. It was 9 listens, and then I was testing the song out to see if I liked it or not. And so, I think I listened to it 20, 30 times. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah. So we thought that was kind of cool. Again, produced by 7-6 Records. Look, and Brienne Santos.
Records.
We're not saying this is a bad song at all. I don't know why it only had like 3 views, but we just we picked this random song. Yeah,
it's a random song. So if you are listening and and you did make that song, hey man, we appreciate music and art.
Yeah, definitely. And the last one we put out,
Records.
The last one that we then put out was this one. We thought this one was kind of on the nose, but like, why would Foundry tweet a picture of 50 Cent with the first lyrics to his In the Club song? Like, so.
But someone figured this one out too.
Somebody did figure this one out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and obviously our Twitter feed is has some normal stuff in there too. We tweeted about some regular stuff as well. Yeah. So it's not like it was.
And then I had some random tweets there. If you want to look at mine there, I did. You did, yes. Ones here.
You did. You had this one right here. One of the greatest Raiders ever to play on the line, number 76, Lucas Nix. Now, the crazy thing about this is you got 3 likes. Look, one of them being me, I think, or being Foundry. Hold on. Let's see. Who else actually liked this? BK liked this, look, as a Raiders fan. He must have thought this was the weirdest tweet you've ever put out.
Right.
And Brendan liked it too. So like, this is weird. And it's weird. Why exactly?
So Lucas Nix played only 14 games for the Raiders. He wasn't a standout overall. And then if you look at the people that have worn number 76 for the Raiders, there's a lot of people that like.
There are some actual greats who have been number 76.
Hall of Famer.
Right?
One of them was a Hall of Famer. Robert Gallery played for 14 years. I mean, there's been a lot of dudes that have worn number 76 that are. Lucas Nix was barely there for a whole season. He was a fill-in guy while people were hurt. So no disrespect to Lucas Nix. Anyone that makes NFL is great. But the greatest to ever play on the line would be a stretch
probably not.
For Lucas.
Yeah, right. So, probably not. Probably not.
Number 76. So you can see kind of what we're doing. So
there you go. Okay, so this was the next one that you put out. Yes, this was a clue.
Oh yeah, no one got this one either.
In fact, a clue, and no one got this one. So you changed out the posters in the studio. So what do you think? So you can't really kind of see, probably not online, but if you actually look really closely at the posters, there is a 7 right here, and there is a 6 right here. So if you looked at the posters, there is a 7 and a 6 in this image. It's kind of hidden, but still, it is there.
Yeah.
And again, you got 17 likes on this though, look. Including a tech capital of the world. And this is true. Jen's got this right. Spider-Man very fitting for web development.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think posters will ever be made of the Spider-Man picture from the book, though, Ben. I don't think I'm not sure that's ever going to happen. But that's interesting.
You have to buy the book to see the Spider-Man picture. So yeah.
Right. Did you do another one too? You had one more response, right? But I probably can't.
Yeah, we'll do a response.
Yeah, I don't know if I can find that though, because you've done a lot. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
You had one response talking about Bigfoot being 7'6", right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which I thought it was like super deep cut. I was like, wow, okay, that's well.
We were running out of ideas. So
yeah, it was in response to this one. It was in response to this, which is like some netting or something, I'm guessing.
I don't know what that is.
Some kind of netting or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be hair. I don't know. But you said Bigfoot. It's about 7'6". So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was pretty interesting. So in chat, did anybody sort out save low for walnuts yet?
Anyone figure that out?
I don't see anybody having figured it out. No, I do not see anybody having figured that out.
So they haven't figured out. So let's just show them what that is.
Okay, and this will be the final one, and this will technically give our
announce it, give it away. This gives it away. If you haven't guessed already, and if you haven't guessed already when the actual release date of the court is, this will tell you.
So here's what's weird. If I cut to this, here's what's weird. We'll start out with this. If you just Google / save low for walnuts, right? It takes you to these pages, and it does show some Amazon pages, and it's kind of funny because we'll come to it in a minute, I think Ben Patton had a really good guess on this one, and he found a pair of shoes that are released on July 2nd. And I was like, wow, that's such a weird deep cut. It's not the case. Right. That's not what we were hinting at. That's not what we were hinting at. So there's something really strange going on here. Obviously, there's the only way to really find this is either understand what this means, the 3 slashes, having probably seen it before, or understand like what is this kind of annotation. So if you Google three words, you get to this website, look, and there's a big clue in the header here. Look, there is a big clue because there's 3 slashes right here in this page description. So if you go to this website and you put in save loafer walnuts, it takes you to a location on the map. This location, I believe, is in Argentina somewhere, and is the Plaza 6 de Julio.
Or July 6th Plaza.
6th of July Plaza. So this one was a pretty big clue.
Yeah.
So we're releasing it on July 1st. No, we're not. We're not. I don't know what I'm saying.
So we're excited to announce that next Tuesday, July the 6th, the course will drop, and you'll be able to access the content next Tuesday on July 6th. As soon as Kevin pushes the publish button. That'll be sometime in the morning on July 6th. It won't be midnight, Monday night, anything like that. We're not Disney. We can't drop it at 3 a.m. like they do Loki, but like we'll probably get up in the morning and drop it sometime in the morning, July the 6th.
Yeah, I'll make sure that everything's right and working, and then we'll push it out on that morning.
Yeah. And suddenly you'll see courses everywhere. But some people did a good job of guessing on our Discord this morning and yesterday. So like we do have some winners to award. So
they did.
And then while you're doing that, if you need to ask us any questions about the course or anything, we'll try to get to those. We will run out of time. There are some other important things going on today. I mean,
we're not talking about yet. It's after this. I'll talk about it on Thursday if I feel like talking about
Thursday. It's
maybe.
Stressing.
So yeah, we had some guesses. So let me pull those up here. Let me go back to
in Discord. And I think some of you, we appreciate you guys playing the game with us. You know, I know that it was a little bit frustrating for a few, but like in general, we had fun announcing it. It wouldn't have changed it either way. Once we had the date in our mind when we could launch it, then we decided that, hey, you know, we'll just play a game with our fans here. Hopefully you enjoyed it and had fun doing it.
Yeah. We had fun putting it together too. So here's the first one. The first winner, Big Al.
Yeah.
So he said this was his last guess, but this is the one that he got right. They left it including Twitter is guessing July 6th because they mentioned National Fried Chicken Day, and that was our very first clue.
And Al, you're correct. You're the first one to officially, with facts, guess when the release date was. I think that's props. Do we have some confetti for Al? Do we have some confetti for Big Al?
We do. Hold on, here we go.
Yeah, there you go, Big Al. You are the first guesser. So that comes with props and a free sound book. We'll send it to you. We do need your address. Send it to Kevin at info@coderfoundry.com.
Yeah, you have 2 options for those that win these. Send me an email to info@coderfoundry or just DM me on Discord. Either one of those 2 work.
Either one. Yeah, you can also hit us up on Discord.
And I'll be able to figure it out. So next we had pull this one up. Eric.
Yes, Eric
July
Bruce.
6th, because it's 50 Cent's birthday, and that was the clue within the 50 Cent. Hey, shorty, it's your birthday. It is literally 50 Cent's birthday.
Yeah.
So we thought that was
now I want to go full disclosure on this one. We had a lot of ideas on this one, and then Kevin is always trying to make it harder. I was trying to make it easier.
This is true. This is very true.
So I was going to put like, what does George Bush, Sylvester Stallone, and 50 Cent have in common? And Kevin said, that's way too easy. You know, it's like,
I was like,
but they're just random guys though.
I'm like, that's just giving it away.
So all of those guys are born on July the 6th. You didn't know, as well as some other famous people. I try to find the most randomly connected people that I could out of that list. So it's kind of interesting.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So here's our next one. Sean, he got the song right. It was produced by 7-6 Records. And he was responding to somebody suggesting that it was July 6th.
So Sean, we're going to give you this one, even though you were non-committal. So maybe so,
because you did get it and you did get the reason. So
exactly.
You did ultimately get it, even if you doubted yourself. Don't doubt yourself, man. Just go.
Don't doubt yourself, Sean. Be strong, man. Just put it in the it in the sand there.
Exactly.
Just plant your flag. So that was kind of funny.
Okay. Another one was this one, Jumping Cloud. Got the T-shirt.
Yes. Yeah, got the T-shirt.
Again, this was in response to
this
was in response to being the date. So he got that one. So that was pretty cool.
Yep.
I like that one. What else did we have? Oh, one that just got sold this morning, and we were super happy about this one. Super happy about this one. This was the reverse string, and this is why the reverse string number worked. The answer.
Okay, we didn't give that away yet.
No, we didn't. We didn't, but we'll tell you why, because somebody actually got it. So here we go.
Yeah.
This was the answer. This is why that worked.
That's true. So, like, what we did was 7 divided by 6, and if you didn't know this, if you take numbers from 0 to 10 in any combination of any division, the only combination from 0 to 10 numbers, 7 divided by 6 equals 1.6667, or 1.66 repeating. Right. If you round that, is 1.17, and it's definitely July 6th. See, Sean, how Mobaps Dev there is putting it. He's making a claim right there.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you.
Yeah,
chat. All right.
We are hoping it will be epic too. Definitely.
So those, if we just showed those are all of our winners.
Yep.
So right now, you need to DM Kevin at Doyle on our Discord channel, or hit him up at info@CoderFoundry. But we do have the one with the most facts, right? We did. Yeah. We were going to give away the most facts ones too, as well.
Yep. So that was somebody who kind of collected them all together. Some of these had already been done, and some of these guesses were genius. So this one goes to Brandon, Restless Tinker. This one was great. So I love this. You had like all of your facts here. So firstly, you'll see the first one, tweet from June 11th, Fried Chicken Day 7/6. You got that one. You got the shirt on the website. You put that one together. 3 and 4 we'll come back to. 5, you got the 7/6 records right, and then the tweet from 25th shouting out 50 Cent's birthday. So those were all correct. I think other people had already said those too, but your ones that are a stretch were great. So your reverse string guess was genius, and I'm like, why didn't we think of this? Because this is such a good way to do it. So the answer is 1.1 says he's guessing 1 week and 17 hours from the time they announce. They're announcing, which was today at 1:38. So 1 week and 17 hours would be 7/6 around 6:38 a.m., give or take. Amazing.
You got it right.
And then, amazing. Like, I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting. That's one take on it.
Yeah.
That actually ends up working. And then the other one was the Save Low for Walnuts. You're the first person to have a guess at this one too, I think. Yeah. It has 4, 6, and 7 characters. July the 6th, Tuesday. That's 4, 6, and 7 characters. And that one's now, Brennan, that one's really a stretch. I mean, you shouldn't have put another stretch there. You should have put like really a stretch, like, because that one's like way out there. That's pretty funny.
That's when you know the answer and you fit the question to it. Like you're just like trying to make it work. Yeah.
I think that one might be a little bit fixed there.
I think Brandon has a career in naming stuff for Microsoft. Like, in other words, like, here's what we want to,
That's funny.
That's so funny. What is it called? It's called the Multi-Application UI Framework. Oh, well, let's call it Maui then. It's like, or you come up with the Hawaiian island you want to use, and then you ask Brandon to name something after all of these letters that we have. So, like, Brandon, we're going to give you, for the most actual answers, most facts, which is amazing.
Plus some really funny guesses, which were awesome. So. Alantino, thank you. This is true.
This is
just facts now. You writing it there now makes it like done. That's it. We have to do it now.
No, we had another guy that we really liked. That we really liked his answer. He didn't win a book or anything like that, but he had the Sherlockian answer of the day, and we just had to show his because we laughed at loud at that one. We
totally laughed at this. You totally made us laugh yesterday when we were reading this response, and this was from Redborn. So the logic here, the Sherlock logic here, was amazing. It was so good.
If we had Benedict Cumberbatch to read this, it would be amazing, but we don't. So
yeah, the logic here was so good. It was so good. So number one, since we know software, we can immediately say the date should be a Monday. I just love that, that reference that, well, because Fridays are bad, and everybody says, don't release, software on Fridays, therefore Monday should be good. So it must be a Monday. Number two, the goal was for early summer. So with that said, the first 1/3 early, mid, and late, if you split it into 3. So now we're narrowed it down to 3 dates, 3 Mondays, the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th. So why is it not the 5th? If the 5th is bad because you're staging a go live on the 4th. So you want to stage it on the 4th. And then why the 19th is bad because you want to go live soon. So the hype stays. Therefore, it must be July 12th. The logic is amazing. I think it's so good.
It's really good.
I think it's hysterically funny.
Loved it. I mean, we were just thinking, man, if we could get Benedict Cumberbatch to read that, it'd be amazing. It sounds something straight out of the Sherlock show.
I was like, we need to make you guys write these puzzles next time.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so much better than some of the stuff that we came up with. Another notable one was Ben's too. This was his guess on the shoes, which I thought was great. We laughed at this too. Ben was the guy that Googled the three words and came up with the shoe, and I couldn't find the same shoe, Ben, that released on July 2nd. So it was like,
but you know how Amazon is, they're always kind of
it's so customized. Yeah. So it's so customized. I couldn't find the same shoe, but I was like, wow, again, that's a genius clue. I wouldn't have thought of that. It was such a good idea. I would not have thought of that.
The other one was the reverse of 1.17, which was
which was interesting.
Ben also had that one too as well.
Yeah.
So Ben took reverse a string to a whole nother level. Do you have that one, or me just?
I don't. No, I don't have that one.
So he had that whole number level where he took 1.17, reversed it, and it reads back as 711, which was pretty cool. We didn't think about actually reversing the string
answer
and then reversing the number. So we'll let Ben design the puzzles next time because it makes it way harder. So
right. Yep, that's it. So cool.
Okay, so if you got a comment you want to ask us about the course, it's coming out July the 6th, which is next Tuesday. We will drop our .NET Coding Bootcamp. And while he's queuing up questions in there, I'm going to tell you a little bit of what to expect. We were going to launch it with CSS, HTML, Bootstrap, and building out a portfolio. We'll launch it out with JavaScript. We'll also have a VS Code tutorial, a GitHub tutorial, so you can learn how to use Git. And then we're going to have Intro to C#, blog, and bug tracker. We will add another project right after that called Movie Pro. We didn't want to delay the release by have 3 .NET projects, but you'll get that later on, probably very soon after that. I'm not going to put a date out there. No, we're not going to run a contest, but as soon as humanly possible, that will be pushed out into the content thing. But if you're going this from front to back, you're not going to get to Movie Pro till after the bug tracker and the blog anyway, and Intro to C#. So you should have plenty of content to release out there. So now, the other thing that, as Kevin's queuing up things, we all want to tell you our commitment to you. Now, we do know that we have profoundly built this hype up, and we're just hoping that we can deliver on this hype. And I think we can. We've been teaching it since 2014. Some of the comments that we've seen in Discord, we're definitely going to definitely fix some of the problems you see with what we call siloed courses in the marketplace. So that's really what we're going against, some of these siloed courses that don't give you everything. This should give you a complete picture in granular detail how to build an ASP.NET app with MVC. So every single page. Now, if we don't deliver on that promise, what we want you to do, instead of just flaming us, which is what you do on a lot of courses because changes aren't coming, we want to work with you as we would with other students. If you do not understand something or something's not clear, hey, make a request on Discord and we'll do one of two things. If we get a bunch of requests on the same topic, that will be one of our webinars that we will put out every Friday. So every Friday is going to be a webinar of some kind of course content. We'll announce those in advance so you can know kind of what's coming down the pipe.
Yep.
Or we will change make an addendum video if we need to make addendum video, or change the documentation inside of the courseware itself. So in our courseware, we have a main video, which you watch, and then we also have some what we call companion documentation that may go over terms that we use in the video. It may give you extra directions, or maybe you have downloads, maybe you need an image or something like that. So anything you need to do to complete it should be self-contained inside of that course. And if we miss anything or something's not clear, we can record new videos and push that as an addendum. And if our addendums grow lengthy, we'll just re-record the whole video and including all the addendums and replace it. And so since we have our own platform, that is the commitment that we're making to you to make sure that the course is as most polished as it can be. However, we don't know exactly what the question is going to be because we haven't released it yet. So just work with us and we'll work with you. We'll make sure that you can use this to get a software job because that's what we're looking to do. All right. So that's our commitment. So just work with us and we'll just keep updating it, keep adding on to it. New things will come out. We will definitely have React and Blazor with Web API. That will be our first kind of addition. And then other types of programming we'll release probably next year, centered around Maui. The desktop revolution that Maui is going to release for us, like true cross-platform development, we'll be doing that, as well as Blazor and some other things that we'll get into. So we're really excited about it. We do think it's a game changer. And if you look at the pricing, we got to talk about pricing, Kevin, because it is $229 right now.
Yep. And it's going to stay $229 for the year through launch. So we guarantee that it will be that price at least until next Tuesday.
Yeah.
We may extend it for a couple of days after on launch. We may not. We haven't quite decided on yet, but it will at least for the next week be $229.
Yeah.
We're not going to put it up before the thing launches.
And then after that, it's going to $99 a month, and this is why. The bootcamp in itself is $15,000 if you just come in and pay in cash, and but that $15,000 is well worth it because you get access to the instructors 8 hours per day, every 5 days a week, over a 3-month period. When you compare that to the self-paced course, this is totally self-paced on your own with some support through Discord and maybe one webinar a week where you can ask some questions. But we're not going to have full-time teacher support because we're teaching the full in-person bootcamp. So in that regards, it's a lot like you would get from some other courses, except our course is probably way more granular and way much more content, 600 hours probably of content and growing. And as we add content, you just get added to it on for free. So if you're a lifetime member of that, at $229 per year, and we add a Windows development course, then you'll get the Windows development course. If we add a mobile development course, you'll get the mobile development course. And so even if you get it post-launch price at $99 a month, we still think that is a steal when you compare it to the price of any comparable bootcamp in the country, which is all of us are priced around $10,000 to $20,000, somewhere in that range. This means it'd be $1,200 per year. You should be able to get through it in 1 year easily if you work on the weekends and work 3 or 4 days a week or something like that.
Shall I maybe show the Visual Studio Code intro thing?
What's that?
Shall I show one of the steps from the course?
Yeah, you can.
I think I can. I don't think there's anything here that's like, yeah, I think we can. I think this is, hold on. Here we go. So this is one of the sections of the course. It's very early on. This is your Visual Studio Code intro setup section. Yeah. So you can see here there's a, I can't play the video, but you won't be able to hear it, but a 37-minute video. And the cool thing about this, you want to talk about this too? Because it's not just how to set it up, right? You actually build something straight out of the gate. Yeah,
so at Coder Foundry, we just start coding. We believe that the only way to learn how to code is to actually code. And so even during our VS Code tutorial, we are adding things, and we're just setting up VS Code, but you're actually going to insert some CSS in here and build some things.
Do some
so like some JavaScript, and then mark that as complete. So you end up with a little landing page at the end of it, actually a to-do list that,
to-do list, yeah.
And the reason we do that, there is a hidden meaning behind that. It's like we do see some of our bootcamp competitors where the to-do list is like the pinnacle of the whole bootcamp experience.
You want that
whereas
to be
ours is like
you write
in
it
the first
day one.
couple of days, we're building a to-do list in JavaScript. So like, We don't consider that the pinnacle of software development. We look at it as a very, very, very entry level. So, in fact, you have to build a to-do list just to get into the course, period. Just to get accepted in the bootcamp, you have to build a to-do list. So like, we're real excited that that you'll be able to do it. And then you can look at maybe we can show off the blog section. I think that's got some content in there.
So. I don't know if I can. Yeah, maybe I can.
We can show you kind of the scope and scale of one of the major C# projects that we're talking about.
Yeah, here we go. It's not the whole section because it's not published yet. I can't show the entire sections.
Yeah.
I can only show steps at a time because it's not published. It doesn't allow you to, because they're just blank. So this is just the intro video that tells you about the blog project.
Right.
It doesn't show the steps here because it's not published.
Right.
So it's kind of weird to see, but you can see, like, you can get just this quick snapshot of the blog you're going to build. I did put out some screenshots too the other week of the bug tracker too.
Right.
Which is super good. That's going to be a killer project.
So what I would say about our bug tracker, when you compare it to anything you build in computer science land or in a bootcamp, the bug tracker is very ambitious. In other words, it is multi-tenant, which means it can support multiple companies. So like, you could literally, I haven't seen anyone do this yet, but you literally could host this and charge for it if you added an e-commerce engine to it. It's fairly complete with plenty of ability for you to take it even further than what we've taken it. But it's a really, really, really complex project. And that's why we've had lots of comments. I was reviewing a student that just graduated last week, and he just came in there, and we were reviewing his bug tracker, and he goes, "I finally understand why you say this is the one coding project." He says, "After doing it, now I understand, like, this thing covers everything that you could do." And so, and we agree. We think it's the best project that you can build, especially at the level at which we're talking about.
Right.
So if you want to build enterprise grade projects, I think Learn.Coding Foundry or our virtual bootcamp is the way to go, because that's what we do here. We don't do what's easy. We do what's necessary. And I think building a project on the scale of the bug tracker is kind of what it takes to get into this industry. It's not building to-do lists, even though we will build one just in the first couple of weeks.
Very early on. It'll take you a minute. Somebody was asking in chat about where to go to buy. This is where you go, learn.codingfoundry.com. You can find everything that you need there. That's the site that's actually you're used to when you have purchased. You can go back there and sign in and take the course there. That's where it will launch on the 6th. That's where you will go back to. We will send out a notification to everybody, obviously, on the 6th as well. Once we've pushed it out, we'll use the tool to send out a notification that'll let everybody know that it is live, because we know not everybody's here. There's only, how many people got here? There's 160 something people here, so we know not everybody's here that's bought it. We have a lot more students than that, so we'll let everybody know. We'll drop everybody an email through the tool, letting everybody know. We'll put out tweets and that kind of stuff too. We'll basically scream it from the top of our lungs from here until the 6th.
Yeah, exactly. So we want everyone to take advantage of this. We really do, because we do think that $229 is an absolute steal. If you look at it, it's $21 a month to take our boot camp, which we feel like is the toughest boot camp in the country. It's built on what we feel like is one of the most in-demand stacks in the country, being Microsoft ASP.NET. And on top of that, as we add new courses, you just get them. And we think that's the best value that you can grab when you're learning this. The other thing I will say about this too is the other approach that makes us different is we're trying to not teach in silos. And so like we see people complaining about courses because the course isn't complete. In other words, like, you have to bring knowledge into this course in order to get the most out of it. And, and I understand the problem with course creators create is like, where do you start? I'm just making a Udemy course, and they're assuming that you'll take an HTML course somewhere else, or you'll take a thing about intro to C# somewhere else. But a lot of times you just get dropped into this course, and for .NET, and especially for things like that, like using statements and setup and all this other kind of problems that you run into, like, my stuff doesn't compile. Like, what did you do? And they gloss over things because they're assuming that you have some knowledge coming in, or as an instructor, it's very hard to unlearn what you know.
Yeah.
And so we're constantly trying to saying, are we glossing over stuff because we need to unlearn what we know and look at it from a first-time learner's perspective. And that's why even in the intro C# portion of this, you will build multiple projects in the intro part, which we'll start off with some very familiar projects that you built with JavaScript. We'll take the JavaScript projects that you built and then rebuild them in C#. And then we'll build something like an address book to go over the modeling and database and all those kind of things. And then only after you've done all of that, do we recommend, especially a first-time learner, to move on to the blog. So our caution to you is this. If there is a detriment about our course is if you jump into the middle, it's like watching Endgame without watching any of the other Marvel movies.
Right.
If you already know C#, you can jump to the end. Like if you've read all the comic books, you can jump to Endgame. You're like, oh, I know who Thanos is. I get it. He's got the gauntlet. Yeah, he's gonna die. You know, so like, but
Spoiler.
like if you don't, yeah, exactly. Spoilers. But is he dead? Is he really? I mean, you know, we've got time travel coming. So
Phase 5 is coming.
He can come back. So like, here we want to make all of our courses connected. So as you even build like a service for uploading images early on in the course, when you get to later parts of that course, you'll reuse that same code for uploading images on that, because guess what? When you're building these websites, you're always uploading images. And so like we want to reuse that code as we go down the pipe. And so but we think the connected part is more of an advantage than a detriment. And so like we will reference other courses or other modules when we're doing things. So there are some prerequisites. If you're coming as a new learner, start from the beginning, go to the end, and you'll be fine. Don't start at the end.
Here's something else that we haven't really talked a massive amount about coming up to this too.
Right.
Our instruction team. We haven't really. It's on the website, and we talk about it there, and we have that. But I mean, collective knowledge between our instruction team is like ridiculous.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, so like, you know, so like we've been doing this a long time, myself, Jason, and Antonio. We've been, you know, as with age, you do get experience. So when you're talking 20 plus years, each of us writing code, then we've done a lot, seen a lot, been there a lot. And I think that experience of how things are built and how it should be built, we pour that into the course. So that's another reason we do too, is like sometime in courses, I'll watch it and they don't do it exactly correctly because that's the easy way to do it. But when you move into a professional project, like it's kind of bad. That's a bad habit to do it that way. So we try to do it the correct way, even if it's more difficult. That's why we embrace concepts like dependency injection and interfaces and services, because that's the way you're going to see it done. Are there easier ways to do it? Yes, but they don't prone themselves to what I would call good code or good architecture. So we just teach it the way it needs to be done. And that way, when you get on the job, you're not surprised.
There you go. Somebody in chat was asking about the pricing too for renewal. So whatever price you purchased it at, it will renew at that same price.
Yes.
So if you got it at $229, it'll do $229. If you got $129, it'll be $129 every year. Like whatever you bought in at is what it's going to continue to renew at.
Yeah.
This one's kind of a little technical thing. Courtney asks, this is an important question. On the 6th, do we get tacos or fried chicken to celebrate? Now, man, I can't answer that for you. That's like,
man, you know what would be good is some that dipped fried chicken. Was it Slappy's?
Slappy's chicken from Winston. Maybe we should go pick up Slappy's chicken before we do a live next Tuesday, and we'll be here. If we release the course next Tuesday, is anybody going to show up for our live at noon?
I don't know, man. Like they're probably asking questions.
Are we just going to be here, just like twiddling our thumbs,
looking around? Everyone's going to be coding away.
Somebody showed up. Cool. Hey, what's going on? Like, you know. So yeah, maybe we won't have to choose between.
Courtney, I think we should do fried chicken. I think go look up Slappy's Fried Chicken in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's actually really good. I mean, I would say the Nashville hot chicken may be better, but if you can't get the Nashville, it's a pretty good.
It's good. It's unique.
It's completely unhealthy. Yeah. It's not good for anything other than it's really
you
good.
Can't go more than once a year. You're just like
exactly.
You're gonna have some health issues.
Right, but Slappy's Fried Chicken is really good.
Yeah. Yep. So Sean wants to know, will we add, oh, let me pull this up. We add another Discord channel for bootcamp discussion. Yes, we will. We're going to add some more down there. I'll sort those out probably early next week, slash late this week, I guess. So I'll put those in there. We probably have different channels for different sections within the course. That's what we're kind of looking at, so we can keep those discussions there. Yeah, so that will happen. You've kind of touched on this a little bit. WizG, does the course cover some advanced topics, or is it more focused for beginners?
So depending on what you mean by that, but does it cover every element in HTML land? Pretty much, yes. So if you don't know HTML, you'll be able to learn about every element from an A tag to, a T tag and tables.
Not everyone, not the random ones you never ever use.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones you're actually going to use in the course, yeah.
Yeah, I would say like most of them. And then from there we move on to Bootstrap. So if you've never seen Bootstrap before, it's a good place to jump in. So does that mean if you don't know Bootstrap, does that make you a beginner? No, it just means that you haven't seen Bootstrap before. And then we move on to JavaScript, and we're going to cover everything, not everything, but a lot of things inside of JavaScript as we build out projects. So remember, Wiz, our goal is to build a portfolio that we can use to win a job at. So that's the overarching goal of this whole project. And so like we're building a portfolio from beginning to end. So if you don't know how to do that, this is a good course to follow. And then once we get into C# land, the way I look at it in C#, it is what it is. I mean, like there are things you have to know in order to build an MVC site, whether that is advanced or not advanced or beginner or anything like that. The projects at the end of this are not beginner projects. Our bug tracker is not a beginner project, even though we teach it in our bootcamp. Movie Pro definitely is not going to be a beginner level project. They're very kind of robust, in my opinion.
We actually get accused of that sometimes, don't we? That like somebody will see the finished project, they'd be like, I can never build that. That's not a beginner project. I can't do that. Like, whoa, hold on a minute. Lots of people who come to the bootcamp do. So if you can't, that's on you. It's not on the project. Because we can teach you how to do it. You're putting up a barrier before you've even started.
Yep.
Let me see. There's another good question. Hide above Seedle. Does it cover Blazor, Maui, WebAssembly, and other newer stuff?
It will eventually. We're going to look at Maui once it is in a better state. In other words, Maui will be released sometime in November of this year. Visual Studio, it's in preview 5 right now. So we're going to wait a little bit longer, maybe a GA1, and we'll start building our things to make sure everything's going to be stable. But it's going to cover Blazor, Maui. Definitely, we're going to do that.
And while we haven't added it to the course and we won't initially have that straight out of the gate, we are playing with that stuff. We've built most of the Antonio's built most of the bug tracker in .NET 6, right? With Visual Studio 2022.
Exactly, already.
Some things that you can't do yet because it is still pre-release, but we're definitely looking at it already. We're thinking about the content, and it will come quick. So Yep. Let me see. A couple more questions here. Let me see. Kev wants to know, will e-commerce integration features be added later in the course?
That's good. I haven't thought about that. That's something we can take as an addition to see kind of what our take on that would be, what we would do. I just have to look into it to see kind of what we would do. If we did, it would be something like Stripe or PayPal or something like that.
Yeah, I would suggest too, if that's an area that you really want to look at and you want to look at something like Shopify and that kind of stuff too, there's lots of people doing that kind of stuff. Go look at Joe's channel. He's definitely Shopify heavy on that stuff. It's a little bit different here. That's probably not something that we're going to do straight out of the gate, but there's other people doing that. Look at Coding Phase. Go look at Joe's stuff on Shopify because it's super good. He probably has everything.
Yeah, but if we did it, it would be more the way we approach things, right? more vanilla. So, like in other words, like you're coming to this because you have to do something specific or something special, and so we would look at using the Stripe API maybe. And those kind of things, and building out all of it on our own instead of necessarily building out using something like Shopify. So,
okay. Kev had another question too. I remember a live where you mentioned the invoicing software will be a project This in the future. That's still in the plans.
Yeah, so Invoicing Pro will be right after Movie Pro. We'll add Invoicing Pro, and we have plans for 2 projects: Invoice Pro and Ticket Pro. And then, so we're going to definitely add to the web course with those 2 projects. And so we're going to end up, our plans are to end up with Bug, Tracker, Blog, and then we have Movie Pro, which is pop culture centric kind of thing, and then an Invoicing Pro, which is a problem a lot of people solve, and then Ticket Pro, which is a lot like the Bug Tracker, except it's centered around geolocating the tickets. In other words, like if you're a TV repair person or a cable repair person, how do those kind of field force automation projects work? And the reason those are released later is because a lot of that combines with a mobile project. So we'll be pushing that into, we're building out mobile applications. If you're driving in a delivery truck, you can like see your tickets that you need to operate.
And that's something we'll probably end up with Maui, right?
Yeah, that's going to be in the Maui thing. Yeah. We've built it before on the older Xamarin. We have it built. We're just going to go with Maui when it comes out. And
we've talked about this. I mean, people have asked this now. Yeah. Is it worth learning Xamarin now or Maui? And it's like, you're on that, like, we're in that like little middle bit, right?
I think there's a lot to know that can carry over, but like we're just so close to it that for us as course developers, let's just roll out with .NET 6 and we'll add it in our mobile section.
Yep.
It will also, Ticket Pro will also have a web section, so those kind of like cross-pollinate a little bit, and we'll do that through Web API.
I'm excited for the mobile bit. I want to build the mobile app. I think that's cool. Just to have one. Just to be like, I think that's pretty cool.
Kind of cool.
Yano wants to know, okay, because we showed the VS Code part, why did we use VS Code over Visual Studio?
We're using them both. And so he was showing you the VS Code intro. So VS Code we're using for HTML development and JavaScript development. So like early on in the course, we think that's the best code editor for those kind of projects. And then once we move into C#, it's mostly all Visual Studio after that. So we're using them both.
Yep. And you will learn both. We will teach you both.
Use both. Yep.
Okay. Let me see. This is a little bit. This is probably about the virtual bootcamp versus this, but we'll talk about it anyway. How to attend the bootcamp. I'm not based in the US. Any visa support or solutions? So for this, what we're talking about today, this launch, it's all virtual. I mean, it's all online, so you don't need anything. You can just take it. You can go to, pull this back up. You can go to learn.coderfoundry.com and buy this. You don't have to be here. Plus, the what used to be our traditional in-person class is now virtual. So that is technically online too, but that is on a schedule. So it's Monday through Friday, 10 until 6 Eastern Standard Time. So while you can take that internationally, again, you don't need a visa because you don't need to be here. So you can take that internationally. You can just go to coderfoundry.com to find out about that. We're now accepting applications for September cohort. We have a cohort starting on the 5th. So that one's all done and dusted. We're accepting applications now for the September cohort. So you can get on that if you want to do the virtual. And obviously that one is more focused on interactions with instructors. It's not just the content, although the content is almost the same as the Complete .NET Coding Bootcamp online, but you do have that chance to speak to instructors and have one-on-ones, and obviously you have a cohort of others too that are virtual, so it's a little bit of a different offering. So, but both of them technically you can attend internationally. So again, go to coderfoundry.com if you're interested in that, or go to learn.coderfoundry.com if you're interested in what we were talking about today. This one. And I did notice Bobby's frozen. I don't know why. We'll see if he comes back. We just leave him on the screen. Show him on a big screen like this. We'll just leave this here with an ad, like this, for the rest of the time. No, we won't. Let's see if he comes back. I think I'm still. Let me check that I'm still live. I am still live. Okay, and we're almost at the time here anyway, because I haven't talked about this, but football's on. So at 1 o'clock, I need to jump off to go watch football. Watch the second half of my England game, which is 0-0 at the minute. I'll do one more question in case he comes back here. Oh, I think he's back. There we go. He's back. Hey,
In the back, so had a little internet.
that's okay. I was just answering about the difference between the two boot camps. That was all. So we'll just do this one. Did you build the course site from scratch? It would be a cool project portfolio. We didn't. We're using a third party to put the course in. Again, because of like time to market.
Time constraints, yeah.
We could have built it, but then obviously we'd be pushing it down another 4 months down the line. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
They're not simple applications to build. Not on this kind of scale. But I agree, it would be a cool project though to build like an LMS. I think that is a pretty cool project.
Yeah.
But we didn't build ours. We're not saying that we won't in the future. We may. We have thought about it, but it's out of the gate.
And there are some limitations with it that we would like, and so eventually we may be building one because there are some things that we like. But hopefully our partner will help us. Like they'll add them for us.
Yep. Hopefully,
because we're a coding centric and like there's just some limitations that we'd like to see in there.
Yep.
So.
Okay, let's do one more and then we're gonna cut out so I can go see football. Let me see. Is the intro to C# including .NET also a pure C# learning OOP interfaces and more command line apps?
So we don't build command line apps at all. It is a web-based course. So everything you're going to learn about OOP and interfaces, you're going to learn inside of building a website. So that's how we approach it. Like, very rarely are you building a command line application. I think it's more relevant to build a web application. And so when we go to desktop, we'll have desktop apps, and when we go to mobile apps, we'll have mobile apps. And so when you do intro to any of those courses, it's in terms of learning the language in order to produce web apps, mobile apps, or desktop apps. And we're not going to build a command line. We don't see that. Now, we may release a PowerShell course later, but that's going to be far down the list for us. So if you're looking at modern .NET, like .NET 5 and forward, you can't build it today using architecture without learning OOP, and you can't build it without using interfaces. So like interfaces are like central to building services, and services use interfaces, and then they also use dependency injection as we inject those services around in each of the controllers and the views and those kind of things. So like you'll learn a lot about the language as you're building it, and that's our approach to learning. We just think it's better that way.
There you go. Cool. Okay, let's wrap this up. We'll be back on Thursday. We'll talk about this again, I'm sure, and do some more Q&A on Thursday. Probably about non-course stuff, but we'll talk about the course stuff on Thursday, I guess. Yeah, and our final clue for the day, I just, it's going to hop here. It should have just went out on Twitter. I released a new image of my backgrounds. If you want to, like, just for fun, just to see all the Easter eggs in that image, I added some more. And then behind me, Ant-Man was released on when? July the 6th. So just to let you know. And it was one of the only 4 or 5 movies released on July the 6th. But Ant-Man was released on July the 6th. So anyway, I hope you had fun doing it. Yeah, hopefully you have fun to it. Check me out on Twitter at CTBobbyDavis. And if you want to, like, send me back or DM me back all the Easter eggs you found in my little image poster, that'd be fun if you want to do that. If not, hey, we'll see you Thursday, and we'll definitely see you Tuesday on July the 6th. Buy the course right now while it's $229, baby. And it's a good deal. And hopefully we can get you that first software job. Cool. We'll see you guys later.
Good luck. Keep coding.